Hey, hello, and welcome. I am the Autistic Alchemist, and I decided that I really should get back to Patreon and doing proper Patreon and ghost updates. So I've decided that I'm going to do an update once a month. It was going to be on Tuesday, it's the end of the month, last month, but unfortunately we had some difficult personal news to deal with from both sides of the family. So it's going to be 2 days late, so this is probably typical me. So what I'm going to do is do a bit of a practice run. I'm still getting used to doing these videos and being on camera. It makes me really, really awkward. And what I wanted to do today was go through what I have been working on, specifically around AMNAR and my work, my academic work, so that you can get a sense of what's going on, what you're following, what you're actually supporting. So without further ado, I am going to share my screen so that you can see what I have been working on. So the first place we're going to start is Inkarnate, which is the set of maps that I've been working on for the last few months. Now, I have been wanting to do this for a really long time, and although I've had Inkarnate, I haven't been able to actually do anything with it. I get overwhelmed every time I go in. So I've been getting help from Justin Gann, it's known as the DM's Guide, and I will drop a link down below this in the description of this video to his site, Dungeon Masters and other people who run TTRPGs to set up new gaming worlds and things like that. So he has introduced me to a few tools that are making it much easier to work. And the thing is, he's also helping me learn how to use Inkarnate. Inkarnate is a map system. I really wish we had this when I was first writing AMNAR in 2003. That would have been absolutely fantastic. What you're seeing now is the behind the scenes of what I've been working on. So you can see there's a lot of messy nonsense here. I have put up, I've made several versions. I've got a baseline version, which is going to be to make a political map of the Five Empires period, and some more political maps, other maps that show all the different societies and civilizations and groups, because of course there's lots of them, not just AMNAR. But this is what I will show you today. So this is the map that I have been working on that I'm actually really proud of. And I know it's very, very basic. There's not a lot of color in it, but it has been really exciting. So this is going to load. So what you can see here is basically this is how the work that I've been doing, and this is the background to what I do. I have always had this problem with the names in a version of that, and I put it into World Anvil. So I will provide the links to World Anvil and the World Anvil site in some areas. So although Amin Doom and Radomin and Naziskar and Amrun have always been very much in my head, some of the others aren't, particularly the ones where people don't generally go because they're smaller. Most of the action is based in Amin Doom, so the priority has always been to get maps for that. What I've done is a basic map, which is built on, I know it looks like Earth, and someone actually asked me when I posted it, oh my God, is it just Earth? I'm very, very particular about ecology and biomes and systems like that, and I have always just seen it as being kind of like Earth. So that's what I have gone with. So this is what I posted in April. A picture of this map. This is the background. This is the detailed version that I am building up gradually. So I took, when I get to the description, so it's fairly easy to use this on the website. You can just, I'm using my scroll wheel to move in and out. So that works really well. That is finally up online, and you can look at it. You can also click on the little button in the corner there on the top right hand, and if you click that, then you will get some map markers which provide really basic descriptions. The next job for this month is just for these Amnari places to put in lengthier descriptions. What you can do with World Anvil is link to articles and even manuscripts, because I'm moving the Bone Moth over into World Anvil so that you can have clickable links. So every time a name is mentioned, you can click on that and go in and have a look at who they are and where they've come from and what their history is. So that's that. I'm also trying to do some maps, which is going to take a lot longer, to build up the civilizations and cultures, communities that aren't actually Amnari. I've done some of that work because it forms part of the things that I do with some of the other books, because they do interact with lots of other people, as you may be aware. But I haven't got to that, and it's taking a long time because, of course, I also have an academic life that I have to update you on in a little bit. So I will just show you very briefly work that I'm doing behind the scenes. If I go back into my dashboard, you can see this is all the things that I get support for from you guys. So I have all of the things that I've been working on in the background. And I have, what I've also done is a timeline, because Jenny asked me, I'm always welcome for questions. So if you drop me a message via Patreon or at the bottom of this, I can always answer questions. Questions are good. They help me stay focused. So what I have done is, that's not the right one. What I have done is put in a little one of the new timelines. They've just updated their timeline system. So I have just put in where all of the stuff comes from. So there is the Five Empires series, which is pre-Amnar, that's before Amnar. Then we have the Bone Moth, which is the earliest Amnar thing that I've written. That takes place in 4633. I don't want to bring any spoilers unless you like spoilers. There's a little bit more there. Then we have the Execution, and then we have the Inheritor series, which, as you can see, takes place a lot later. I do put dates. The World Anvil system is so good that it lets me put dates on. I've put some dates on everything for Amnari dates. These are the Amnari years. They actually work backwards with the Five Empires period. So in the same way that they talk, sort of year one is the establishment of Amnar, and then you count backwards into the Five Empires series. But I've got to actually figure out a way of doing that. You can do it on World Anvil, but I haven't got to that bit yet. So that is basically the update for this week, on this month. I am hoping to start writing Bone Moth again. Things are a little bit up in the air because on the academic side, I have applied for a grant development scheme, which might allow me to go and work with some papyri in the John Rylands Library, which I'd love to do. And I'm also finishing off my application to the Early Career Fellowships. So there's a lot happening. I'm hoping that because I submit the application tomorrow, that I should be done soon. And then I will have hopefully a little bit more brain space before the marking descends from this year's teaching. So that's basically it from me. Thank you very much for watching. As I say, if you want to get in touch, I'm on Threads all the time. I'm obsessed with Threads. It's a wonderful space. I'm on Facebook. I try to get onto Facebook about once a week. I do check my Patreon messages. So if you want to ask me any questions about Amnar, or if you want to find out what's going on, I will try and post like little snippets from the script that I'm working on for the video that I'd like to do. Oh, that was the other thing I completely forgot. I'm developing a longer video essay for the YouTube side of what I do, which will be all about the history of magical papyri. And this is something that I have been thinking about for a while, and I'm figuring out the angle that I take it from. So that's basically why it's taking so long, because I have to figure out the best way to write that. And it's quite tricky because there are so many complicated threads to it. And yes, So, and lots of potentially triggering unpleasantness, but I am really hoping that I will be able to start working on that this month. As you can see, I always set myself 3 million things to do and then I get overwhelmed, but I'm trying to take things more gradually now. I have a bit more time and a bit more energy, and I'm very excited by the John Rylands things. So once again, thank you very, very much for all of your support, for following me, whatever level you're at. And I look forward to seeing you again at the end of this month when I will put out my update on time